Well, it's been a while since you've seen anything from me. Um, I figured before I jump into more handy dandy knitting content, which I do have some coming, I would take some time to just give you an update on what's happening with me. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. There are three things that when I was younger I said I would never do. Number one, be married to someone in the military. Number two, live with my parents after I was married. And number three, live in Texas. So when I got married to a man who was not in the military, I was like, okay, cool, checkity check. He never intended to join the military, but 6 years into our marriage, he joined the military. I was fully in support of this move. So 10 years ago, we packed up our family, our 2-year-old and our 2-week-old baby that I had just given birth to. My mom came with us because I was in no shape to be driving, physically or mentally. And we drove all the way down to San Antonio, not knowing where we would live. And I thought at the time that that was so hard, which seems ridiculous now. For all of the challenges that we have individually and together as a family had because of the military, it's the one thing in my life, maybe the only thing that I can say with 100% certainty, I know that that was what we were supposed to do. We've had a lot of really great experiences, met so many great people. We lived in San Antonio, and then we moved to El Paso, and both of those places are in Texas. One of my kids was born in El Paso, and then we moved to Louisiana, which everybody says is the worst, but we actually really enjoyed it there. We had great neighbors, we made great friends there, just like we do everywhere. And then we had the biggest adventure of our lives when we found out we were moving to Korea. We almost didn't get to go as a family. It was supposed to be JP alone, but we were able to work it out that we could go together, and I am so glad because I love it there. It became clear about a year ago that it was time to be done with that chapter for him to get out of the military. And it was a long, arduous process. There were a lot of appointments that needed to be had, paperwork to fill out, a lot of back and forth about exactly how and when his exit from the military would take place. After a whole year of waiting and wondering and all of the stuff, we found out that it was happening, and very quickly, in 3 weeks in fact. Thanks, Army. The fact that we lived overseas made that a lot more stressful because we had 3 weeks not only to out-process the Army, but get out of the country and relocate our entire household and family across the ocean back to the United States. I freaked out a lot. I was very stressed, but there was no time to waste. While my husband got busy applying for civilian jobs, I got busy organizing and purging and trying to use up all of the food in our refrigerator and pantry and all of the stuff that I do in usually what is the few months leading up to a PCS. So my husband ended up accepting a position with a civilian contracting company for a job at Camp Humphreys. So we were able to work it out with our landlord to stay in our house a few more years. And that was good because that meant I didn't have to pack everything up and leave. We did end up flying back to the States because the job hiring process took longer than we had before the Army service ended. So we packed up our suitcases and got ready to come back to the States for a visit. You know, it's been 3 years since we've been here, and also to reset our visas while we waited for the civilian job to get finalized. I didn't know exactly how long we would be here. I thought it would be maybe a few weeks, maybe a month at most. So I went ahead and made a hurried trip to a yarn store to get yarn for a sweater before we left. I did take some video footage of it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see it. I'll do my best to edit that into something coherent if you're interested. I cast on for the sweater, and the next day we got on an airplane and flew to the States. Here I am now in Springfield, Missouri, my hometown. I'm in my parents' house in my old bedroom. I did pick out this wallpaper when I was about 14. I don't like it anymore, but here it still is. Right back here, this door is the closet that I spent so many hours perched on my beanbag chair, knitting my way through the Knitter's Handbook, learning all the techniques that I could. It's kind of funny, actually. It's been really great getting to see my family again. My parents came to visit us last year, but I hadn't seen my brothers or anybody else for 3 years. And so all of my brothers were able to come for a visit. It was kind of short because we didn't have a lot of time to plan it, but it was still really nice to see everybody. We've gotten to see a lot of friends. They had a big barbecue for us, and it was really cool to see everybody. We've even had a couple friends come in from out of town to visit us. And so that's been really great catching up with everybody. We still have pretty strong roots here, and we obviously still have really great friends here. And so it's comforting to know that when our next 3 years in Korea are over, we do have a lot to come home to. I'm also homeschooling my kids now. That's not something I really thought I would do. I knew better than to say I never would, but it's just the way things worked out. I was already thinking about it a lot, but when the job my husband accepted, we found out they don't cover tuition to the public American school on the military base, and we saw how expensive it is and every other private school they could go to. We decided that homeschooling it is. So that's been interesting. It's been a big change of pace for me and the kids. It took us a little bit to get the hang of it. I think we're doing okay now most days. I'm ready to be back in my own house, in my own space. Anyway, I've been here for almost 3 months now, living in my parents' house. I am really grateful to my parents for letting us just stay here kind of indefinitely. I didn't intend for it to be this long, obviously, but they've been really great about it. I know that they're not used to having this many people in their house. It is a full house here because I have a family of 5, and then I have another brother and his wife who also needed a place to stay temporarily in between housing situations, and theirs is also taking longer than expected. So we're all just kind of here. It's crowded, but we're making it work, and I really am so grateful to have this kind of family. It's been really beautiful the way we've been able to take care of each other. I've been cooking most nights. It's made me think a lot about cultures where multi-generational families living together in the same home is totally normal, and honestly, I never thought that was something that I would be able to get behind, but now, after being forced into it, I really can see the merits of it. We're definitely stuck in limbo. The job's still good to go, but there's been a lot of paperwork errors and delays and things just taking a lot longer than they were supposed to, and every time We think we're going to leave within a week or two. We don't. So we're going on 3 months now of constantly thinking that we would be leaving within a week or 2 weeks at most. And we're still here. We even had plane tickets at one point to fly out of here on October 12th. They had to get canceled because my husband's work visa just hasn't come through. It hasn't been denied. There's just been a lot of stupid reasons why they haven't been able to process it, none of which really have anything to do with us. I still don't know when we're leaving. It is now October 30th. I'm actually okay. I am at peace. My husband was able to go ahead and fly back to Korea because our house and our stuff is still there. Our cat is there, and we have some fish and our houseplants. A really, really great neighbor back in Korea has been taking care of all of it, but it was time for him to go back and just tend to it and get everything ready for when we come back. Me and the kids won't be flying back until his visa is officially approved. That way, when we go through customs, we can just show our orders and it'll just be simpler that way. Since I've been here, I knitted this whole cardigan, made a little pumpkin. I am about to film a tutorial on how to make those, so stay tuned. I signed up for a test knit for a designer that I know, and I started that. Here's my gauge swatch. I'm pretty excited about it. I love the color and it is so soft. My kids have made friends with other kids in this neighborhood. Homeschooling is fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I think we're almost there. We should be back in Korea soon, I hope. I'll be a little sad to leave my family because this time together has actually been really nice, but at the same time I'll be glad to be back in my own space and in Korea. I've really slacked off on my language learning and I feel it slipping, so that's no bueno. An 좋아요. See, I'm slipping. Anyway, I'm almost there. In the meantime, I am here in my old teenage bedroom recording videos for YouTube. Thank you for watching and for caring about me as a person. I really do appreciate it so much, and I will see you next time with knitting stuff. Bye.